sequential structure. Start, first instruction, then second instruction, then third instruction, and so on. At last, stop. It is the flowchart of sequential structure. Decisions or selection structure. If statement. It is a conditional branching statement that changes the order of execution of the program on the basis of the specified condition. If then statement, if then else statement, if then else if else statement, and select statement. If then statement. It is one-way branching of if statement that evaluates a condition and executes a statement after then if the condition is true or non-zero. Here you can see a flowchart structure of if-then statement. Here, entry point when the instruction is given and this condition is checked. If the condition is true, then the statement is executed. If the condition does not satisfy, then it does not execute the statement. When is after, then it executes the next statement of the program. It is the syntax. If then condition is specified, then statement is written. Or if you want to write the statements by breaking the lines, you can specify if condition, then block of statement, then statement is closed with and if. Let's see an example of if-then statement in Qbasic. Here, this is Qbasic screen. Now, let's check whether the integer number is passed, marks or fail. Now, let's input the value. For example, input, enter the number. Now, let's declare integer variable n %. Here, n holds the value that we enter from keyboard. Now, let's write this statement. Let's write the codes to check whether the integer number is pass or fail. If now the number is n % is greater than and equal to 31.99. Now, then you need to specify the statement here. You are pass. If the integer value is greater than 31.99, here C will be passed. Now let's end the program. Press F5. Now enter the number. For example, 45. See, the result is displayed on the screen. You are passed. Again, press any key to continue. Press F5. If you type 12, now you don't see any output. Why? Because this if then statement checks only one condition at a time, or it is one-way branching. Press any key to continue. Now, if you want to check the condition, if the score marks is greater than 31.99, here C will be passed and otherwise failed. If you want to display the two conditions, if you want to check two conditions, you need to use if then else statement. If then else statement. It is a conditional branching statement that changes the order of execution of the program on the basis of the specified condition. If then else statement. Here you can see a flowchart of if then else statement. Here, entry point If the condition is true, then the statement 1 is executed. If the statement is false, then the statement 2 is executed. Let's see our example. CLS. Now let's insert the value like input. Now enter the max. Now let's declare %, or integer. Let's follow the syntax and type the statements here. If %, is greater than and equal to 31.99, then what do you want to display? The print you are passed. Else, now you need to express false value or false statement or statement 2. For example, you are fail. So here it checks the integer number. Suppose %, refers the integer value in from keyboard, and if that value is greater than and equal to 31.99, then it prints you are passed, or it executes this statement. Else, otherwise, it displays false statement or you are failed. Let's end the program. Press F5. Now you need to use print command. Now press F5. Enter the mark. For example, 45. See, you are passed. Press any key to continue. Now press F5 again. If you type 31, then you can see on the screen you are failed. Here, what is the difference between if then statement and if then else statement? Here, if then else statement executes true value if the given statement is true, and it executes false statement if the given expression is false. See, now just I have entered 31, so it is false value, so it has executed second statement. Okay, press any key to continue. You can also express if then else statement in multiple lines. For example, CLS rem program to check voter or non-voter. Now input, let's insert the value. Input, enter the age. Now on the basis of age, let's check. Now %, it is the numeric variable integer. Now let's check the enter age is able for vote or not. Let's write the statements in multiple lines or breaking lines. If now %, is greater than and equal to 18, print. Now you need to express this statement in the second line. If you want to display the if you want to write the codes in breaking line, now print. Now what do you want to display? Print. Now express the value. For example, if the enter age is greater than 18, now you can display any message like you are able for vote. Now else, now what do you want to display as first statement? Print you are not able for vote. Here, if you want to write the statements in the multiple lines, you need to enclose with and if. It is the difference. In the previous program, we had expressed the statement in the single line, but here we have expressed the statement in the multiple lines. So we need to close the program by and if. Now let's run this program. Enter the age. Suppose 48. See, you can see our output. You are able for both. Now press any key to continue. Now press F5 again. Now type 12. See, you are not able for both, or it is the false value. Like this, we can express multiple statements using if then else statement. If the given expression is true, it executes the statement 1, and if the expression is wrong, if the input is wrong, it executes the statement number 2, or it executes false value. Let's write a program using if then else statement. Number is odd or even. CLS input, enter the number. Now n, just n, okay, semicolon n. Now if n mod 2 equal to 0, then print number is. Now you need to enclose this statement by double quotation mark, say semicolon. Now print n is even number. You know that if the given number is, when the given number is divided by 2 and where there is no remainder, that is even number. Here we are writing the program whether the integer number is odd or even. When input number is divided by 2 and there is no remainder, it is even number. Else print n is not, or n is odd number. Okay, now let's end the program. You need to end with and if. Here we have written the code in the multiple lines, so we need to enclose this statement with and if. Let's run the program. Semicolon. Now let's run the program. This program checks whether the number is odd or even. For example, 4. Press enter. See, 4 is even number. Press any key to continue. Now press F5 again. Let's insert 5. Press enter. See, 5 is odd number. Like this we can check the number, whether the integer number is odd or even. Once again, press F5. Type 74. See, it is even number. When 74 is divided by 2, here is no remainder, so it is even number. But when press F5 again, 75 is divided by 2, it contains a remainder, so it is odd number. Like this we can check number, whether the number is odd or even. We can also check multiple conditions at a time. For example, CLS, let's write a program, RAM program to check, pass or fail. Now input, enter the name, semicolon, now and dollar. Now let's input the marks. Input, enter the mark of Nepali, semicolon, and NP. Okay, input, enter the mark of English, semicolon, ENG. Now input, enter the mark of math. Okay, okay, here we have written the course to insert the marks of 3 subjects. Now let's type the structure of if then else statement. If the given like mark like NP is greater than or equal to 31.99 or ENG English greater than and equal to 31.99 or M is greater than and equal to 31.99, then now what do you want to display? Print PASSED passed. Or if you want to display the name, like you can type $and to display the name. Now is passed. Okay, now this is the statement. Now here print displays the output and refers the input name and each pass is the statement. Now else, now what is the false value? If the condition is false, print and is failed. Let's close this program by and if. Press F5. Here input, enter the marks of Nepali, input, enter the mark of English, input, enter the mark of maths, and here the variable, these are the variables for entering, this is the variable for entering marks of Nepali, marks of English, ENG is the variable to insert or to store the marks obtained in English, and M is the variable to store marks obtained in maths. So here in this expression, if the obtained marks in Nepali is greater than 31.99 or marks obtained in English greater than and equal to 31.99 or marks obtained in maths greater than and equal to 31.99, then the true value or the expression that name is and $repos enter name is passed. Else or otherwise print and it is the name is failed. Press F5. Now enter the name. Press enter. Now enter the mark of Nepali, for example 45. Enter the marks of English, for example 99. Now enter the mark of mathematics, for example 42. Press enter. See, RAM is passed. It is the past marks. These are the past marks. Press any key to continue. Now press F5 again. Here enter the name again, Sam. Press enter. Now enter the mark obtained in Nepali, for example 12. Now enter the mark obtained in English, for example Now enter the markup maths, for example 90, press enter. But here Sam is failed. But here Sam is passed. Why? Here if any one condition is true, result can be true. Here we have expressed multiple condition with OR. Okay. Here press F5. Now enter the name. For example, Syam Thapa. Nepali, marks up in Nepali like 12, English like 88, 77. Okay. Now Sam Thapa is failed. So what is the difference between AND and OR? So if any one condition is true, the result can be true in OR, and in AND all the specified condition must be true. पास हुनको लागि सबैमा 31.99 ल्याएकै हुनुपर्छ भन्ने कुरा एन्डले गर्छ भने, और यदि एन्डको ठाउँमा और एक्सप्रेस गर्यो भने के हुन्छ भने, यदि दिएका एक्सप्रेसन मध्ये और इन्टर गरिएको मार्क्स मध्ये कुनै पनि एउटा मात्रै विषयमा पास मार्क्स ल्यायो भने पनि रिजल्ट चाहिँ पासै आउँछ। तर अर्को ठाउँमा एन्ड प्रयोग गर्यौं भने सबै कन्डिसन ट्रू हुनै पर्छ। यसको मतलब इनपुट गरिएको मार्क्स सबै सब्जेक्टमा 31.99 भन्दा माथि हुनै पर्छ, होइन भने रिजल्ट चाहिँ फेल आउँछ। Like this we can use if then else statement to check multiple conditions. It is two-way branching statement. If condition is true, it executes the true statement. If the statement is false, it executes the false statement. Let's talk about if then else statement. It is multi-ways branching form of if statement. This statement is used when there are two or more conditions to be evaluated. Let's see example. This is the flowchart of multiple branching or if then else statement. Here the condition is checked in the first position. Now the condition is checked in the second position. The statement is checked in the third position. If the condition is true, it executes the true statement. Otherwise, it executes the false statement. Here, you can see a syntax for if then else statement. Here, if the condition is true, then it executes the block of statement 1, or it executes the first statement. If then the second condition is checked. If the second condition is also true, it goes to the third condition. Now if the third condition is true, now it goes to the fourth condition. Like this, continuously the conditions are checked. Otherwise, it executes the false statement or negative statement. And if the conditions are expressed in multiple lines, here you need to close with and if. Let's see example. Let's use if then else and if multi-way branching statement. Now enter the percentage. Now semicolon and percent, or let's declare the integer variable. Now it holds the value of input that we supply from keyboard. Now if and percent is greater than and equal to greater than 80, Then now express the statement print first division, distinction with first division. Press enter. else if and percent greater than 60, then 60 and percent less than 80, then print first division. Else if and percent, like this you can express multiple condition, greater than 45 and percent less than 60, then print second division. Else if and percent, if the inter percentage is greater than 32 and percent less than 45, then type the statement like print third division. Now else print, now what is the false value? If these conditions are not met, then print no division. Now close with and if. Press F5. Now enter the percentage. For example, 78. Press enter. See, it is the first division marks. Press any key to continue. Press F5 again. Press 90. It can be distinctions with first division. See, like this we can check multiple conditions at a time using if then else if else and if statement. Press any key to continue. Press F5 again. Type 12. See, no division. Like this we can check condition using if then else selection structure.